My favorite record is that one with Bop on it.
Hey, Reggie.
Yes.
Shut up.
Rude.
Hello, friends. My name is Social Implosion, and today I'm going to be talking about a few albums that I hold very dearly to my heart. Obviously, for the past, since I can last remember, at least 10, 15 years, music has been the center of my life, and I'm pretty picky with what I listen to. Like, I know a lot of people that take a good amount of pride in being musically diverse, saying, I like rap and country and rock music and everything from this to that, and I'm so intelligent and musically diverse. But to be perfectly honest, I only listen to a handful of bands because I have to click with the band or artist on a very personal level and kind of have to like get what they're trying to say, and I just have a few specific things that I look for in the artist that I really like. So I really only listen to like 10, 15 bands on the regular, maybe probably even less. And I'm not saying I don't give new music a try, because I do. I'm just really picky. And these are in no particular order, and obviously I'm going to have some honorable mentions because I couldn't just limit it to 5. I'd love to hear what your guys' top 5 albums are. So the first one on the list that I picked that is the oldest one is Modest Mouse. This is A Long Drive for Someone with Nothing to Think About, released in 1996. It kind of spurred my Modest Mouse obsession to this day, and the album also introduced me to lyrically driven music, which has been very important to my development as a songwriter. And the next one I chose is 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge by My Chemical Romance. I know it was tough to pick an album on their discography, but obviously this one has had the most impact on me. I remember in middle school and high school they were reigning the charts on TRL, and they kind of introduced me to alternative music as a whole. I know it came out in 2004, I think, which is a long time ago, but I really like My Chemical Romance's use of music videos. They made a music video for almost half of the songs on this record, and all the videos I saw on MTV of them were like nothing I had ever seen, so just for that alone, it made my top 5. The next album I put on my list is called Plans by Death Cab for Cutie. Also another band I had trouble picking a favorite album because this band has also been a very integral part to me as an artist, with sad, kind of introspective indie music, but if you haven't heard this record, I would definitely recommend it along with most of their other discography. And the fourth one I put on, which should come as no surprise, Speak for Yourself by Imogen Heap. It was kind of her first major commercial debut. It was a cute little indie pop record, but to me it meant so much more. It introduced me to looping, which is where I got the ideas for the loop covers. She's very inventive. She produces her own stuff, and obviously I am a giant fanboy for Imogen Heap. I love all her records, but this one is probably my favorite. And last, but certainly not least, I was very conflicted on this spot, even though it's not ranked from first to last. I picked Vessel by 21 Pilots, even though I've only known about 21 Pilots since early 2014, which is not a long time in the scheme of things. But I remember cruising around YouTube one lonely evening and seeing the song by 21 Pilots, Guns for Hands. I watched the music video and was kind of instantly hooked by them just because of how different they were, and kind of they were doing something that no one else has been doing in a long time, and I guess it really appealed to me, and apparently it appeals to a lot more people now, which is wonderful. Now, I couldn't simply just settle on 5 records, although those 5 I've like come to the conclusion that I enjoy those the most, but the other ones, at least the honorable mentions that I would put, that would definitely, like, I would love to be buried with. The first honorable mention would be Threads by Now Now. It's a cute little indie pop record that I really identify with. I found them about 6 months ago. I absolutely love it. Imogen Heap, Sparks, her most recent record. It took her about 4.5 years to make this record, and it definitely had a heavy influence on Yolta, which is my newest record. Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites by Skrillex. I know a lot of people are rolling your eyes right now, but him and Deadmau5 kind of introduced me to electronic music back in around 2010, 2011, and I have not looked back, but that was definitely the record that kind of got me hooked on aggressive dance music. The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance is another honorable mention on my favorite albums. Now, I chose 3 Cheers on top of Black Parade simply because I just like the songs on that record more, and I kind of like the concept of it. But Black Parade is also a great album. If you haven't heard it, I don't know where you've been living. Transatlanticism by Death Cab for Cutie. As I said, a lot of honorable mentions are by the same artists of my top picks because I have a handful of favorite artists and I generally like majority of their discography. So yes, Transatlanticism, it's a sad indie pop record. Check it out. And the last of my honorable mentions is Set Yourself on Fire by Stars. I feel like Stars has been around for longer than I have been living, which I know is not true, but I put this record on my honorable mention simply because the first girl I fell in love with was really into this band and she got me kind of hooked on them. So it kind of reminds me of like that really cool time in my life. To be in love. But anyway, those were the 5 records that changed my life, along with several honorable mentions because I'm cheating. I hope you have a wonderful day/night. Remember, I am going on tour this month. You should buy tickets, and that's it. Okay, bye-bye. Yay.